Now I'm going to resume recording. This part is going to be recorded on YouTube. Later on, all other students who didn't join us here will be able to watch it later. First things first, Happy New Year. I hope you're going to have a fabulous 2021 year. And this year, we're going to do some Olympiad preparation. So let's see. 7th graders are going to deal with the same 7 books, and this is January 1st week. So we're going to go one by one, book by book, okay? And I'm going to start from the bottom upwards. Let's see. The last book would be Test Your Prepositions, and this week we will have to complete it until Unit 26. So this week we have to do 2 units, 25 and 26. I hope you have finished all previous 24 units. If not, it's time you complete them and close the gap. Last week was actually the gap closure week. Anyway, let's see. Test your vocabulary. Okay, test your vocabulary. Unit 25, 26 will be 24, 25 will be about choosing the word and time expressions. Time expressions. We do one exercise of 11 questions, and you'd have to look at the calendar and complete the sentences with words from the box. Easy. So these words, I don't think I'll have to explain what they are and how to do this exercise. So I'm going to move on. 26 is about house furniture and about associations, right? So what do you associate balcony with? And what do you associate with door? I mean, you have to match it with a picture, and then it gives you another way of remembering things. Moving on. Our next week book is Test Your Prepositions. Same 25, 26. About rewriting the sentences and prepositions after verbs. And that's only the beginning of the topic of verb plus preposition. So let's see. Rewriting this sentence, again, 25, 26 have only one unit, one exercise book. So in this way, you would have to rewrite the same sentence. It should have the similar meaning plus the word involved. It should contain the word involved. For example, my father has always liked football. My father has always been interested in football. So in general, the meaning of the sentence does not change, but you do change some words. So you'd have to find out synonym to similar from this sentence and replace it, and maybe make some changes to it too. Unit 26 about prepositions after verbs, so you'd have to, again, fill in the blanks using the words in the box. Easy peasy. I'm going to move on. Our next book, let's see, according to the table, our next week book from the bottom would be How English Works. Let me open that book first. Here we go. We do, again, what do? We do unit pages 133 to 143. There's a test, and here is the content. In general, we're going to deal with future tenses. We have explained future tenses in detail, but if you think you want some more explanation, please let me know, like now. Or, well, this is your chance to ask me the questions if you have any. So in How English Works book, you are going to deal with future tenses exercises. All types of future tense, starting with future simple, future continuous, future perfect continuous, and we have be going to, present simple, present continuous. And yeah, and they are going to do exercises about passive with future tense. That's it about How English Works. Our next word, book, not word, but a book would be Language Practice, Unit 20, 37 to 39. What do we have? So, this time we finish adjectives and adverbs, making comparisons, and we start phrasal verbs topic. Well, this is very exciting because at last we are starting our phrasal verbs topic. It means you are on the verge of completing your intermediate level, which is cool. But this verge is going to be very high and difficult to overcome. But I'm sure you'll do it. So, adjectives and adverbs. And this is the topic I'd like to explain to you in my own way, so that maybe this will help you. All right? Can you see the board? Can you see it the correct way? Not the flipped way, but usually as if you are watching the real board. Can you see it? Give me some feedback.
Yes.
Okay. So we got adjectives and we got adverbs. If you have participated in our November camp, this topic was explained in detail. I'm going to shrink it into little 30-minute explanation, all right? Adverb goes as прилагательное, in Russian, имя прилагательное. In Kazakh, it goes as synonym. But synonym numbers are also included as adjectives, right? And the question would be, as if it is a прилагательное, какой, какая. In Kazakh, it is қандай. Right? Adjective would usually answer to these questions. What about adverbs? Adverbs somehow is a derivative of adjectives. Adverbs in Russian are called наречия or still in Kazakh. Questions would be как, or қалай, right? So, imagine we have a sentence. She has a fast car. In this sentence, what do you think fast is? Is it an adjective or an adverb?
Adjectives.
Say something.
Adjective.
Thank you. In this case, fast is adjective. So as an adjective, I'm going to show it in this way, right? In a wavy line. She has a fast car. In a sentence like this, she drives fast. What is fast here?
Adverb.
It is a verb. So what can we refer from this? We know we can say that usually, mostly, adjectives come before nouns. Okay? See, car is a noun, and the adjective here is standing before the noun. What about adverbs? We can say that adverbs usually go, you say? What do they do? Adverbs usually go after verbs, right?
Yes.
Now, fast is one way of adjectives or adverbs that can be the same and doesn't change in its form. But apart from fast, we also have usual adverbs like loud music. What is it? Loud, what is it?
Adjective.
Adjective? That is an adjective, correct? And she sings loud. Is it correct?
Yes.
Well, the position of it is fine. It goes after the verb. That's true. But the structure of this isn't really true. You would have to add a suffix, ly. That's what you usually add to verbs to make it a verb. So you turn adjective into a verb that way. She sings loudly. Okay?
Okay.
Slow walker. Someone who walks. Somebody walks. How?
Slowly.
No. Another version? Slow here is an adverb, right? A slow walker, someone who walks. So you do add suffix ly, it becomes what?
Slowly.
Again, come again.
Slowly.
So what happens if you have an adjective? This is an adjective. And you want to turn it into a verb. So you would have to add adjective plus ly. How do you change slow? Hello?
Slowly.
Yes. Thank you. Slowly. So slow is an adjective. Slowly is its adverb form. All right? We have many other types of adjectives, and this book, Language Practice in Use, Unit 37, let me start sharing it here. It's going to explain you the differences. So here are adjective explanations. They explain you about order of adjectives, its gradability, and types of adjectives. And then we come up with adverbs. Slow turns into slowly, quick, quickly, careful, carefully. But of course, there are exceptions, and these are the same exceptions you would have to learn by heart to be an intermediate level student. So I believe you will have completed these exercises of Unit 37 and 38. Comparisons is another topic. Yeah, I'm going to explain one little issue about comparisons. What do we do when we have to compare an adjective? Let's take slow again. Its usual form is slow, basic form. But if you have to make it a comparative form, turn it into a comparative form. Медленный, медленнее. Slower. Yes, you would have to add er, right? Usually we add er when we have one syllable adjective. If we want to make it a superlative, what do we do? EST, correct. We have EST, and in most cases we use the definite article the slowest. These are two types of comparison, comparative and superlative forms. Now, this is adjective. Oh, let's talk about adjectives with more than one. So, say, clever would be, I don't know, let it be beautiful. It's quite a long word. How do you change it into its comparative form?
More beautiful.
Thank you. We use more, and we say the basic form of many syllabled adverb. And superlative form is done quite similar way. We say most beautiful. These are adjectives. What happens if we want to grade, to compare adverbs? What happens to them? Adverbs. Slow turns into slowly, right? In a basic form and adverb, slow turns into slowly. What happens if we will have to make comparison about it? We say
Slowly.
we try. We say more slowly. See? Superlative form?
Mostly.
Most slowly. And obviously, all other adverbs that come in many syllables are done the same way. So, when we have to deal with adverbs, comparative and superlative forms, there's only one way of making them comparative. So you don't have to pay attention whether it's one syllable or two syllables or many syllables. What about exceptions? Remember, we have exception word. For example, fast. Fast can be adjective and adverb, and it's not going to change its appearance. Fast adverb, fast adjective, still 4-letter words. If we will have to make it comparative form, what does it look like? Faster and fastest. So when we deal with exceptional adverbs like fast, clever, simple, what else? This book gave you many. Here they are. Fast, hard, early, late, high, low, right, and wrong. These are exceptional adjective/adverbs. And when we have to make them turn them into comparative or superlative forms, you would have to mind its adjective versions. But when we talk about all other types of adverbs, we have only this way. Right? Easy? I would also like to tell you about order of adjectives. Can you see here opinion, size, age, shape, temperature, blah, blah, blah? These are the categories according to which we have adjectives, lined in one sentence. So let's say we have a word, noun, shoes, and we want to describe it in several adjectives. In Russian or Kazakh, it doesn't matter which one you say first, which one second, which one you have to say third. So you want to say обувь. Какая она может быть? Кожаная, черная, коричневая, большая, маленькая, женская, мужская. What else? Красивая, некрасивая, длинная, короткая, летняя, зимняя. Да? We have lots of types of explanations, descriptions to shoes. So in English language, you actually have to mind the sequence of these adjectives. Which one you say first? Do you have to say its size first, or do you have to say its material, whether it's leather or cotton? So in this case, we have, I have come up with a little system. Are you familiar with this word? And then we have N here. Nosaskomp. Please remember it as it is, as if it's one word. Nosaskomp. Do you know why? Can you make up? Nosaskomp is actually a big abbreviation of all categories you might need to describe things. So N stands for number, O stands for opinion. So if you want to say whether it's beautiful or ugly shoes, you say it first. Okay? We have two S's here, so in order for you not to confuse them, you start with size, whether it's big or small, age, if we're talking about old or new shoes, then we are going to talk about shape, if you want to mention its shape. Then we have, what is K? C. Apparently it's color. Origin, where it's made. Material, and purpose. Why do you need these shoes? What are they for? Are they walking shoes? Are they hiking shoes? And else. So imagine we have to use many adjectives at once. We're going to say big, we're going to say hiking, leather, beautiful. Which one goes first, second, third, and fourth? Can you make it up? Let me turn the lights on. So obviously we have beautiful here, which goes into category of opinion. Since we don't have any number here, we are going to use beautiful as the first description. Second goes, I'm sorry, I don't hear you. Could you talk louder? Big, right. We're going to talk about its size. So big goes into size category. Next. Leather means кожаный. We have hiking and leather. Leather goes into category of material, all right? Material. And hiking goes into category of purpose. So shoes which are used for something. So we have leather coming third and hiking coming last. So this is how you have to construct your sentences. If you're going to use many adjectives in one sentence and you're going to describe one and the same noun, you'll have to pay attention to this osas comp structure, right? We have many more exercises about this in unit 37. They're very exciting. All right, I'm closing unit 37 now. Let's see, what do we have next? We have grammar news. We have units 73, 78. Here's our grammar news book. Let's see, what are the topics we have to deal with this week? 73, 78, right? Articles and nouns. I think you wouldn't have much problem about this. I don't think I'll have to explain those things to you. You also know that grammar news books are very good at explanation part. They give a very thorough, detailed explanation and give all possible exceptions, show them off. So that's what you're going to do this week in grammar news book, right? Next book would be pre-intermediate and intermediate vocabulary. We have to do 4 units, 9 to 12. Let's see. What are those? Oh, by the way, you should understand that 40 plus 12, so it makes it 49, 52. So you deal with daily life vocabulary, homes and buildings, around the home, everyday problems. These are the units you would have to do, only 4 units. Easy? I'm sure you wouldn't have much questions about those, but make sure you do those exercises and you write down all the expressions that are new to you. Try using them in your daily life. Try teaching your parents English if they don't know. Probably must have been there. All right, our next book would be, last book, would be Essential Grammar in Use, the easiest book ever. Here, we would have to deal with exercises 79 to 85. Let's see, what are they about? Where's the content page? 79, which starts with modal verbs, 85, modal verbs. So please pay attention. You do exercises according to its exercise number, not unit number. So here, these 36 parts you have already done. We have to find unit exercise 79. Too much. Here we go. Exercise 79 is about modal verbs: can, can't, could, couldn't difference. Questions. 81 deals with obligation and grading of obligation. And then we have should. And yeah, this would be your last page to do for the week. Up to exercise 85, we do modal verbs. All right, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, see you next week. On Saturday, I'm going to send you our weekly quiz, which will contain all the exercises, all the topics we've discussed this week. And see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.